Hello, this is Wendy from Parenting Through Ascension. Wendy Lou, if you follow me on Facebook. My Facebook page, Parenting Through Ascension, and my YouTube channel, Parenting Through Ascension. And my trusty companion. Max, are you hiding? There he goes. Okay, he was just nudging my arm. So I've got my little one. It's 42 degrees, so he wanted to naturally come out and fill the water squirters and squirt water. Isn't that what we all want to do when it's 42 degrees out? So it's actually rather nice. It's chilly and there's still snow on the ground, but there's no wind and the sun's out, so, and I'm pretty laid back. So anyway, I'm wanting to try and do more videos. I have these brilliant ideas, as I'm sure many of you can attest to. We have these brilliant ideas while I'm driving, while I'm in the shower at 3 a.m. Not in the shower at 3 a.m., but two separate things. And I don't write them down, and then I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I'll remember that later. Nope, and I don't. And so I had this idea earlier, and I'm like, okay, keep it until we can get out and do a video. And so I like doing my videos outside. Because honestly, I feel like there are fewer distractions, oddly, outside than there are in my house. And so, but anyway, I wanted to talk about interaction with one another. And the idea came to me while on Facebook, which of course is kind of where we all live right now, right? I mean, let's be honest. I attempt to go through my notifications and not get caught up in just scrolling, just simply scrolling. That's really where the time suck is, I think, is just you start scrolling and then where does it end? It's anarchy. And so, but I admit I was scrolling and actually maybe I wasn't. I did scroll earlier today, but I was in a group that I am in that is it's a very specific group of like-minded individuals. We have a belief of something that is going to happen. That's all I'm going to say. And so I'm in that group. And McCoy, where are you? Are you filling it up? Yeah. Okay. And so cute. 42 degrees. It's time for some water play, everybody. Seriously. It's a balmy 42. But anyway, I was in this group, and you expect, okay, so I know trolls exist, right? Like we know they exist. And I'm not just talking about the ones in the Billy Goat's gruff. And so I'm in the group, and there's a wonderful post from a personal friend of mine who is basically just kind of confirming this big thing that we all believe that are in this group. And of course a troll comes on and says, and I'll just say what he said, all y'all who still believe this shit are fucking nuts. And I was like, what the hell? Like immediately I was like, what the hell are you doing in this group? And then I was able to, because I've come so far, y'all, because I've come so far, I was able to, within about 2 seconds, go, I don't really care what this person thinks. And so I was able to leave it and move on. And I have, it doesn't trigger me at all. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because it gave me the idea for this video. And so I want you to know that first waivers, and again, I know, I don't want to get caught up in labels. I don't want to get caught up in putting everybody in a group because that just separates and divides us, right? But for those of us who are at a certain place in our ascension process, those of us who agreed to kind of go through it as a large group together, kind of the first ones, the pioneers, the way showers is a popular term, okay? So although I am trying to get away from labels largely, we still do need ways to describe, what we're doing here. I guess especially as this second wave is now just waking up. And I'm sure you're all seeing this. In fact, I'm seeing so many videos now geared toward the second wavers, and I know it immediately. Like I love to watch other people, like-minded people on YouTube, and I hit play, and within 30 seconds, I'm like, okay, this is for a second waiver, and I don't need to listen to it. I'm not pulled to listen to it because I'm not. I'm in the first wave, and so anyway, lost my train of thought. That's what happens. That's what happens when you're out in nature, listening to the birds chirp. Yeah, it's actually chilly. I might have to go get gloves. So anyway, I was able to release that really quick, and then realized that maybe I should put it out there that, and I'm sure this is common sense, but we need to be reminded of what's going on and what really these things that are keeping us stuck or feeling stuck, because we never are really stuck, but keeping us feeling stuck in the 3D. And one of these things is feeling the need to tell someone on Facebook or in person what they're doing wrong, right? So this person I felt who was a troll initially, right? Or essentially, fine, they're paid or whatever, their whole purpose in life is to be not just devil's advocate, but to trigger people. And you know what? We need to look at that with gratitude right now, because we all need these triggers. We all need these triggers to bring these things to the surface and release them. So I would say whenever you see trolls online, don't actually do this, because that just feeds any response at all, feeds them. But just say thank you for triggering me. I'm going to release that now, and now I can move on and never think of you again. And so look at it with gratitude, but know that a first waiver, again, forgive the label, but I am one. If you are one, you know it by now. We are at this certain place. We are through. I am still nervous about saying this, although I know it's true, and I hope soon I'll be able to say it, shout it from the mountaintops, but first waivers are through the worst of it. Yes. We really are. We're through the worst of it. I absolutely know this, but again, I get nervous. I remember, gosh, a year, 2 years ago, when I first began to be aware of the existence of guides and that kind of thing. Not too long ago, guys. I have a very strong connection with Michael, as I'm sure a lot of first waivers do. I think he's just kind of a first waiver, not just first waivers, but I think he's kind of assigned himself to a lot of first waivers, a lot of a lot of way showers. And so he was very strong, and he still is very strong with me. He's always with me. And I remember asking him, and he told me right away, don't ask me that. And I remember asking, am I through the worst of it? And oh my gosh, how many times he just, like, they have no problem answering. They're going to tell you the truth, as long as you're ready to hear it, right? And of course, he'd be like, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do it. And so before this most recent eye of the needle, which is what I'm calling them now, being pushed through the eye of the needle, literally being birthed, right? Like we're being given birth to by the 5D. By our higher selves, by our souls, however you want to look at it. I'm going to come up with a good analogy for that, because we are literally being rebirthed, and it sucks. It sucks. We're being squeezed through these tiny openings, our huge, big souls. And so, oh shoot, I forgot darn it again, I lost my train of thought. Wendy, I'm gonna be 48 this month. Couple weeks. What was I saying? Oh, we're through the worst of it. And so, but I remember then right before this most recent eye of the needle that I went through, I asked him, I'm like, I know you told me not to ask, but I just need to know, am I through the worst of it? And I remember, no kidding, I have to hold my phone. I remember, no kidding, Michael going, I was like, shit. So I knew there was another one coming. And I handled it like a trooper. No, I did not. I was a big baby, y'all. Lots of crying, which is great, absolutely great. God love my husband, who is, I don't know, he's not human, because he's put up with quite a bit, and still looks at me like I'm the queen of his world. Anyway, so what the point of this video, 9 minutes later, I gotta stop worrying about the length, right? Y'all are gonna watch me because I'm hilarious. And I'm cute as a button with this is my alma mater, y'all. CSU, Fort Collins, Colorado. Cum laude graduate. I don't know how to say that. I was a opera major, believe it or not. No, I will not bust into and aria anytime soon. Got a lot of warming up my voice to do. So anyway, my point of this video, aside from hopefully making you smile, was to mention that way showers are not going to be out there any longer. Now, we've gone through this phase, all of us. No longer are we going to be out there commenting on people's posts, telling them what they're doing wrong. We are way past that. So this is how you can tell a way shower from maybe a next wave, a wave down the line, hopefully all of us, right? Although I know that's not true, but I hold out hope for everybody. I don't look at anybody and go, well, he's not going anywhere. He's not. Whew, nope, he's not ascending. I am hoping everyone is going to get their a millionth wave, whatever it takes. But the way showers, the first wavers, those of us who have paved the way, who have trudged through the swamp and made the path, we are not going to be on Facebook telling y'all what you're doing wrong, I promise. And we're also not going to be, and this is a tricky one, and I know I mentioned it in my last video, we're also not going to be out there talking about, I hate to even say this because I have people I love who are doing this. When you put a post out there that maybe you're suffering, someone who comments with, I can help you, comment, PM me, and we'll work something out. I feel like the term ambulance chaser comes to mind. I feel like that is a little over the top, seeking out people for money, for the money. I know. I hope I don't get. Well, I gotta live my
Mommy?
truth, y'all. Yes, my love.
There's beeping going on in the house.
Beeping. Okay, we're gonna go check out the beeping. But so yeah, that is my truth. Is I really truly believe that a true way shower is not going to be out there trying to solicit, their services. Not solicit. Where's it coming from? Oh, okay, it's just the dryer. And there's Declan. Okay, I'm doing a video, so let me go finish this. I don't have $4. Dad just took all my cash. Shoot, hold on. Let me. Real life, y'all. So anyway, that's kind of a fun video. I'm gonna stand out here, and that's my view. It's now obstructed, but you know what? It's still gorgeous. So, got some houses. You probably all just saw the sun. I apologize. It's late afternoon here in Colorado. So anyway, know that if you are still in that place where you feel like you need to comment on people's posts, oh, well, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, here's what I do. Actually, doing that is fine. Oh, this is what I do. Maybe this will help you. But if you're on there going, y'all, that's fucking stupid, don't do it that way. That's counterproductive to where we're at right now. Okay, way showers, I'm talking to you. We should be way past that right by now. And I realized that I was when I was looking at, I got people outside now, school's getting out, so everybody's outside, that I was past that when I was able to just go, I don't really care what this guy says, and keep on scrolling, because I knew it was a troll, and I knew that it wasn't my truth, what he was saying, and I knew that I needed to stick with what resonates with me and not what this random stranger was saying. And so but we don't need to be out there doing that. And so it just made me think of kind of the Ascension thing too, although this group really doesn't. There are some Ascension conversations, but for the most part it's more of a political or financial group. But anyway.